Hi, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of Wait, One More Thing. Hi, this is the very first episode of our podcast, and we're finally doing this. Oh my God.
Exactly. I am Jyotsna Bhambhani,
I'm Neha Kapoor.
and we're so excited to be doing this. This has been a long time coming. So it's one of those things where, group chat say, bahar nikli cheez, and we're
Yeah.
actually doing this. This is happening.
We recently realized we've been friends for 8 years now. And out of those 8 years, for 5 to 6 years at least, we've been saying we should have a podcast. We should have a podcast. We were not in the same
Absolutely.
city for most of those 8 years. First, I was in Bombay, she was in Indore. Then she went to Bombay and Bangalore, and I was in Indore. But finally, we are both in Indore, and we have decided to do
Yeah.
this. It's a self-produced podcast. We have utilized my father's office right now
Study,
to
exactly.
create our studio, our makeshift studio. And
And it's cute.
it's cute. I think
I
it's
like it.
cute. Let us know
Yeah.
what you guys
Like
think
हमने
about it.
literally इसे ऐसे कसा है, and it took us what, since we're doing this for the first time, I think an hour
Yeah,
to do the whole
easily.
thing, but definitely worth it because we love it. And there is some, kind of validation you get by doing this yourself, because both of us, one of the reasons we wanted to start this podcast was because we like creating content together. I
Yeah.
think we have that chemistry, and both of us view content similarly. But also, both of us love doing the BTS, like all of this stuff, Sara production ka kaam,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we do. And we've done it for other people. We've done it for
Huh.
other companies. We have been blogging for such a long time for ourselves. We were like, the logical next step would be to create videos, and podcasting is something that has been on our mind for such a long time because we love to talk. And that's why this is called Wait, One More Thing, because there will always be things to talk about. So let me just talk to you about Jyotsna a little bit first, and then she can talk about me. Just so
We did
you
the same thing
understand.
together.
Just so you guys understand who is it that you're listening to. If
Yeah.
you know us, then let us know in the comments below and say hi.
Yes,
But for those who
please.
don't know us, this is Jyotsna Bhambhani. Um, uh, okay. So I'll tell you how I met her. I met her at a blogging event, at a bloggers event. So at that time, we were actively blogging, both of us. Now we are podcasters, as you know.
Hashtag
So
podcasters.
basically, we started talking about Sex and the City and how we love the show and we love Samantha, but we're not big fans of Carrie. At that point of time, we realized we have many things in common. Like both of us are software engineers, both of us love food, both of us love content. And so coming back to about her, she studied software engineering. Then she's been a teacher. She's a teacher at present as well. So she has been contributing to society with her knowledge and her skills.
Yes.
And then she studied to become a chef. So she's a trained chef. I always knew she's good at making food, but then she decided to study it officially. What else am I missing about your career? I know I have things to talk about.
Writing,
You.
I have
Yes,
written
writing.
quite a bit. I still do sometimes if I get a project and if I have time on my hands, I will write. But I guess that is writing or blogging goes hand in hand. And when both of us started blogging, you actually way before me, we mean actual blogging, matlab
Yeah.
not with a V, with a B. हम दोनों ने बहुत सारे articles लिखे हैं and everything. So back when it wasn't a thing that much in India, not that I ever did it consistently after that for a long time, but yeah, that is also something I've always had an interest in. Jack of all trades vibes over here. But yeah, and other things, I mean, not professionally, but like we have a lot of similar interest also. I guess
Yes.
that's why we connected, right? Like
Yes.
makeup, all etc., all of these things.
Yeah, so before we did the setup, we also did our makeup ourselves. No makeup artist here.
No sound dada, makeup dada, none of that.
All of
हम
us.
सभी खुद के खुद हैं.
हम एक दूसरे के मेकअप दादा हैं, साउंड दादा हैं,
Sound-
लाइटिंग दादा हैं, सब हैं.
Exactly.
Um,
Which is, it's fun. We like it.
So,
Yeah,
in
like
fact,
it
one
is
of the
fun.
reasons our friendship has sustained is that we do like exploring other things. We have not pigeonholed ourselves or each other कि ये तो ऐसी है, ये तो यही करती है.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we know that the sky is the limit. So we have always explored other things to do. And when I told her that podcast karte hai finally, we had been talking about it for years, but now in January is when
Yeah.
I sent you that text, and immediately it was a yes.
It wasn't even, honestly, I didn't have to think about it also. मतलब बहुत instinctive था. And, it was one of those things कि बस एक, there's the gut feeling कि
Now's the
पता है
time.
करना है, now is the time. There will never be a perfect time. You can, think of 100 different things and excuses. But yeah, as long as we're in the same city, I think we don't need any other, any other reason. Okay, but let me divert this topic because we will get back to this, why we started this, why we wanted to do this. But the many facets of who Neha is, I want to talk about that again so that everyone watching, know who she is.
I wasn't
Um,
finished, but okay.
Wait,
one more thing.
Wait, one more thing.
No, carry on.
याद
I'll
रखना,
come
याद
back
रखना.
to you.
मैं
Yeah.
तारीफ ही कर रही हूँ.
हाँ.
I'm saying good things. So, okay. Neha, again, like she's already mentioned, software engineering started as that. She actually did work in the industry for a few years and then did her MBA. MBA के बाद करा marketing, advertising,
Yeah.
which is honestly been very, very handy in, what we're doing right now.
Absolutely,
Those
yeah.
skills, I feel any knowledge you take, it truly comes in handy. And this is an example of that. And you also have been blogging, writing for a long time. Now adding podcasting to the list. Oh, and she's an incredible singer.
Thank you so
Truly,
much.
truly. I am not because I'm biased. Maybe I'm biased. TK does not matter, but she is objectively a very, very good singer. And
Thank you.
I'm putting this online so that this is pushing you to
Sing more.
sing more and post something about it. Yeah.
So
on Insta.
we have an episode coming up on imposter syndrome.
Hmm.
Yeah, imposter syndrome is why I don't really post my singing. But since she says that I'm an okay singer, I will post.
Yeah, I
more.
think people should put it in the comments, Neha, when is your next singing post? Maybe bully you positively a little
Got
bit.
it, got it, we got it. So yeah. And I want to tell her to post her videos more often, her vlogs more often. She's one of those people, just like I am, who will shoot a lot of content and just not post it.
Yeah,
And
it's a bad habit.
I'm the same way. I think I was not that when I was writing long form because that just comes very naturally to me and to her. So we were able to blog for a very long time. I started blogging when blogging was not even a career. It became a career much later. But I think we do pressure ourselves quite a bit when it comes to video, which is why I felt like this would be a great thing to do together. Because if each of us wanted to do it separately, na wo karti, na main karti.
Yeah, accountability ho jati hai.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's more fun doing it with a friend.
Absolutely. Like figuring all of these, small things out,
Yeah.
buying new equipment,
Oh,
figuring
yeah.
out how this works. And obviously both of us have our strengths and everything. So, हम उस पे और focus करके, आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं. And a lot of potential, like we've always heard.
A lot of potential.
A lot of potential.
So yeah,
to
another
grow this.
podcast in the market. Honestly, we love listening to all the podcasts out there, especially by women. Big fans of Moss, big fans
Yeah.
of Shut Up, We're Talking.
Yeah.
In fact,
Shut
Moment
Up,
of
We're Talking.
Silence, I don't miss an episode at all.
Yeah, so recently same.
The thing we felt was a lot of these podcasts, especially the women-led ones, are based in Bombay and Delhi. Which is fair. Like that's where the media houses are. That's where the production houses are. But we could not find a podcast by women in smaller cities. Correct me if I'm wrong. If there is one.
Absolutely. Enlighten us with, if there are actually any podcasts from women, especially has to be women from smaller cities,
Yeah.
second tier cities, please let us know.
Yeah. So
Maybe
we
we're just
felt
not aware.
since we couldn't find one, we felt like okay, this is something that we should do. It was always something that we wanted to do, but now it has come to should. And here we are with lots of our opinions.
Oh, we should mention we're from Indore.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah,
Indore,
we're from
we did.
Indore.
Okay, we're from Indore, the center of the country, the heartland.
The cleanest
And
city in the country, apparently.
The cleanest city, yeah, apparently. But yeah, we're from Indore. We love it. Although both of us have had exposure in a way, both of us have lived in Bombay for quite a few years. You lived for 10 years, for a long
Almost,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. मैं 2 साल रही हूँ. Absolutely love it. Can't always wait to go back. But yeah, जो exposure and the kind of things we experience here, there is a difference. And I don't just mean in the mentality, but the physicality of things. For example, यही हम Bombay में होते हैं, I'm sure it would have been much easier to find someone to produce this.
Throw a stone in
find an
Versova
editor.
and you'll find a production house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's a good one. That would have been quite easy to do. Now that we don't have editors and technicians, of course we do, but yeah, it is slightly more challenging to find the kind of people you want to work with, I guess. And also, again, like I said, it is just more fun, honestly. Maybe except
Also,
the
I
editing
think
part.
we have taken this up as a challenge that we
Huh.
can do this
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
And now that we are learning how to produce a podcast and put it out
Hmm.
there, we'll teach you guys as well eventually.
Yeah, one
Let us
day.
become good at it.
Why not? Actually, let us figure it out first, and then yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, that'll be another
Use
thing
teaching
added.
skills to our advantage in this aspect. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, speaking of pigeonholing, what you mentioned, I want to extend on that a little bit. See, I'm sure a lot of people who are watching us right now, hopefully a lot of people, you see us and you make a perception. We all do, you judge somebody when you look at them, and especially women. It's just somehow easier to do it for women because a huge aspect of how we are judged is by the way we look,
Yeah.
our beauty essentially. तो एक पिजन होलिंग हुई है हम दोनों के साथ इनफैक्ट स्कूल हो चाहे कॉलेज हो कुछ भी हो कि you look a certain way, hence you are what, dumb essentially. I don't know, is there a nicer way to say it, but you maybe don't have the brains or the personality to back all of that up, and which is why I think ऐसा मुझे लगता है मेरे लिए, you tell me if that's the same case with you, एक ना अंदर से subconsciously हमेशा thought रहा है to prove people wrong. I'm not
Yeah.
specifically doing it to prove them wrong. That's not the main aim. Not at the forefront, but behind दिमाग में हमेशा रहता है कि yeah, don't put me in a don't put me in a
yeah.
box. Yeah, what do you think?
If I've studied to become a chef doesn't mean I'm just a chef.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way. In fact, the fact that both of us have changed our career path more than once shows the same thing, that we don't want to be pigeonholed. We don't want to be stereotyped in any way. My experience in school and college was a little different. I was never known as the pretty one. I was always known as the intimidating one. जो लड़के जिससे डरते हैं. The Dada, I've been called Dada so many times.
Hashtag goals, honestly.
Dada, Gunda, things like that. Because also I was never the conventional pretty girl. I also did not really get ready the way I do now, But because I was so vocal, I always had opinions. I was always a little bit angry also, to be very honest.
And
rage. Yeah. The female rage was always there.
Jinx.
Yeah. And I was participating in debates and speeches and plays and singing. तो वो मतलब ऐसे थोड़ा, there was always a distance with everybody. And also since I did not study in the same school throughout my childhood, we were always moving. So I was always the new kid. Right? So I was never part of any groups.
Which truly shapes your personality in a way that, चाहे RB kids हो या in your case, your parents
transferable,
transfer that kind of a job, it really shapes your personality, and you see those aspects and you really become very adaptable in pretty much every situation in every city.
Yeah. I can make friends anywhere I go. That is true, which I did, like with you 8 years ago. Otherwise, people say it's so difficult to make friends in your 30s. But I did not find the case at all. I wanted to be your friend, so we became friends.
Yeah,
it's just that you have to make an effort.
Put yourself out there, like they say, but it's true.
Yeah.
There is no other way to
We
do
bumped
it.
into each other twice and we were like, okay, we have to meet. And then,
No, I think thrice. पहले the first event, उसके बाद तब we were like, let's connect. फिर 2 बार और मिले, and I think the second time we met, after that we were like, बस I think
we have
this
to
is
make
a
this
sign, like
official.
Let's make this love official.
Yeah. So, right, because in school and college you're friends with people who you're surrounded with inevitably, right? दोस्त का दोस्त ही बनेगा.
Yeah, situational.
Yeah.
Not that those friendships don't last. Obviously, for example, I'm still friends with my college ka group even to this day, thankfully. But truly, you change as people, as adults, so much that sometimes, in a lot of cases, it is difficult to. I have certain school acquaintances, friends, जिनके साथ, yeah, I had the best of times growing up, but would I want the friendship to exist right now? I don't know. I mean, the fact that I'm not friends with them says a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, people drift away. That's the reality of life, and they chose a different path as well, right? They got married, they had kids. So
You'd aspect, yeah.
at a certain point of time, we don't really have things to talk about anymore, because how often and how long can I listen about your toddler?
Absolutely, yeah.
And how often can they listen about my dating life? You know,
Yeah.
at some point we don't have things to talk about.
Yeah.
And in my case, it's both ways. Like, there are some people I don't want to be friends with anymore, and there are some I did want to continue the friendship with, but it's just, it never happened because
Didn't
we are in
happen.
different places in life,
Yeah.
in different cities. I think in your case, you are still friends with your college friends also, because a lot of them are from Indore.
Yeah, that helps, definitely.
Yeah.
That
And since
definitely
I
helps.
studied all over the place, I did my MBA in Chandigarh, right? So everyone is in different cities right
Parts
now.
of the world. Yeah.
Although now it's a little bit easier to stay in touch with everyone. Imagine when I was in school and we were changing schools every 3-4 years. The only way that I had to stay in touch with them was writing letters.
Oh, that is so cute.
Yeah, which I did.
Yeah.
So coming back to what I was saying, I got pigeonholed in a very different way, that I was always the new kid, right? So वो एक distance हमेशा से था. But I think it happens with everyone, and especially with women, that एक perception है सबके दिमाग में. The one thing that both of us have done, which I think has been amazing for both of us, is we have decentered these expectations. We have decentered our looks, which is why we're doing this. Otherwise, it's very cringe looking at yourself in the camera.
Oh, absolutely. And I think truly it is different from loving yourself. I do. I love myself.
Yeah.
But it is, yeah, cringe is the only word. It is weird to look at yourself talking, acting. Like, I'm sure मैं अभी ऐसे बोल रही हूँ later when I look at myself, like, why am I using my hands so much? But it is cringe. That shouldn't stop you.
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
doing any of
So
this.
decentering the way you look, whether you like the way you look, whether you don't like the way you look, is the key to, doing something like this, which is on camera. Decentering men, how they think about you, how they perceive you. Decentering the expectations that the world has from you, ki, marriage and kids and a certain kind of life and settling down. Both of us have decentered all of this. Decentering the career expectations as well.
Truly, absolutely.
That you shouldn't be starting new things, because otherwise you will be missing out on certain opportunities that you would have had otherwise. That's key. And that's why we're doing this.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And it's honestly easier said than done. Matlab, especially when you look at our country, and usme bhi, since we mentioned we are from second tier cities, there is a difference in that way also. Because if I am in a city like Mumbai, being a 30-something single woman is not that uncommon. It is not, like even if you go on dating apps, आपको मिलेंगे आपकी एज के बहुत सारे लोग, even older in fact, मतलब people single in their 40s, very consciously, by their choice single. You don't see that, or you don't see all of this that much in a city like Indore, and I'm assuming it's the same for a lot of second tier cities in our country. So being 30 plus, or let's say like 28 plus, I would say 30 plus to aur hi zyada, 30 plus, being a woman and consciously being single is a challenge. It is no easy feat, and it doesn't just happen. It has to be very, very conscious. It has to be like a choice that you have made for yourself, ki for whatever reason, and we can absolutely talk about that later. We don't have to talk about it right now, but yeah, it is a very, very conscious decision to not fall for these expectations.
And both of us have given up careers in tech, which is another like big deal to a lot of people, because tech is where you're supposed to go to make money.
Yeah, and it's not like both of us, मतलब हम दोनों के केस में, it's not like our parents have pressured us कि engineering करो. It was very I keep saying conscious. Okay, take a shot every time I say conscious. No, but it was a very conscious decision to leave the field knowing very well that, अच्छा इसमें बहुत scope है, whatever आगे जाएगा. But again, वो pigeonholing वाली चीज़ तो I think नहीं हमेशा हमें suit करिए. In fact, I have this very, very clear memory. ये कुछ एक साल around पहले की बात है, when when I was working in a kitchen, in a professional kitchen, I used to be referred to as chef, and my name, Chef Joe.
Chef Joe.
Yeah, Chef Joe. And a lot of times when I heard that thing over and over, yeah, sure, of course, like, you feel good, because this is something that you have achieved, you earn that word. But at the same time, in my head when I used to go back home and when you're sleeping and you're thinking about your life, एक हमेशा रहता था कि oh, I'm not just this. When I'm doing a long shift and coming back home and I don't have the energy to pursue any other interest I have or even maintain my friendships, relationships, there was always this thing कि something is missing. कुछ तो कमी है life में. There is not that satisfaction that people talk about. Actually, you do this and you get a job in something you love and that's it. You're supposed to feel complete. You're supposed to feel, like, oh, sab mil gaya and I'm happy. But that was also sign. I never felt content. And now, finally, I wouldn't say I feel content completely, but उस डायरेक्शन में जा रही चीजें.
Are you saying you're trying to fill a hole and becoming content with content?
Yes.
Yeah. I just
Yes.
wanted to
The good one. Yeah.
make that pun because I'm a
filling that hole,
Punjabi.
yes. Nice. I like it. But
So now they know why we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly,
Lots
we
of-
love to talk.
Lots of yapping, lots of chapar. थोड़ा सा serious, थोड़ा सा not so serious.
So coming back to my thought, where I was talking about her, right? So I told you about her career path, but I also wanted to talk about her as a person. So she has been somebody in my life that has always brought a sense of happiness and calm. And she does that with everybody. So you can expect the same on our content. A little bit of calm, a little bit of chaos,
Thank you.
and a lot of fun.
I know मुझे ऐसे same बोलकर I don't want to like उस चीज को नहीं
same.
करें, but yeah, copy paste same
नहीं यार, कुछ
absolutely.
अच्छा बोलो.
Yes, I do have one more adjective to add. Neha is someone I also look up to in a lot of ways. I met her at
You
a point
should.
of
I'm older.
yeah. I met her at a point of time in my life when I was एक low चल रहा था in one aspect of my life, and again, it's not like you set out to change that obviously or make me feel better about it, nor did I ever have that kind of expectation for me. So it was just like, oh, just meeting someone new who I like and I really vibe with. But wo unintentionally aisa ho gaya ki, your friendship became this thing that really helped me get out of that thing. This.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I have a firm belief that we get people in our lives for a certain reason. And when we need them is when we'll find them. We could have become friends earlier
Yeah.
because I came to Indore so many years ago and then I left for Bombay. But I was here for a long time. I studied here. So we never met then.
Yeah.
There's always a certain timing that you meet people is when you need them, when they need you. Yeah. And after that, it's just your effort that keeps them in your life.
Yeah, to sustain it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And especially the fact that uske baad then we've lived in different cities and anything. Sure, we've had our challenges. Again, something we will talk about later. But thankfully, right now, despite of all of that, we are here sitting together doing this.
Yay,
So,
doing a podcast together.
Yay. It's happening.
So now that you know our vibe, please follow, please subscribe. That was not meant to rhyme, but it did. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And since this was just an introductory episode where we wanted to talk about us to let
Yeah.
you know why we're doing this so that you know who you're listening to.
पहचान हो जाए.
हाँ.
Essentially, पहचान हो जाए.
पहचान हो जाए.
आपको पता चले हम कौन हैं. And we would also actually really love to know, अगर आप ये episode देख रहे हो, if you are listening to this moment right now, please put in the comments
Yeah.
where you're from. We're very curious. Since हमने इतना mention करा है, metro cities, second tier cities, I really want to know कि इस podcast का reach क्या है, कहाँ तक है. Are we reaching the bigger cities? Really curious. So
And at the beginning, if it's just our parents and friends watching, please comment.
yes.
Let us know
We've
if you're
already
watching.
told you in real life, but abhi bhi bol rahe hain. You have to comment. You have to support us.
ठीक है. So, see you in the next episode. And going forward, we're going to talk about different topics. Many, many different topics. If there is anything in particular you want us to talk about, please let us know in the comments. And we will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Oh, and press the bell icon.
Yes. After
To
subscribing.
get
hota hai wo.
notifications. After subscribing for notifications, because a lot of fun things coming up.
See you next week.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.